What if the most trusted family connection in Meghan Markle's life has now become the center of a police investigation that could shake the royal family to its core? According to a bombshell article now circulating online, Doria Ragland has allegedly made a confession to investigators that places Meghan Markle at the center of a secret money trail, one that reportedly involves funds linked to King Charles and an eldercare company quietly operating behind closed doors. These claims, if substantiated, would mark one of the most serious controversies ever connected to the Sussex saga, raising questions not just about money, but about trust, family loyalty, and how far a scandal can reach before it explodes into public view. If you found this report insightful, take a moment to reflect on how celebrity culture shapes health trends and why responsible conversation matters. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for more in-depth coverage that goes beyond the headlines and keeps you informed as these stories continue to unfold. Share this video, leave your thoughts in the comments section. The article claims that police sources have been examining financial irregularities connected to an eldercare business allegedly associated with Doria Ragland. This company, described as low-profile and largely unknown to the public, is now said to be under scrutiny for its funding sources and internal financial movements. Investigators are reportedly trying to determine whether the company was used as a holding vehicle to conceal money that did not legally belong to it. At the center of these allegations is the explosive claim that Meghan Markle allegedly hid money that was taken from King Charles, with Doria's company acting as the cover. According to the report, investigators began looking into the eldercare company after unrelated complaints raised red flags about its bookkeeping practices. What initially appeared to be a routine financial audit allegedly uncovered unusual deposits and transfers that did not match the company's stated revenue streams. The article alleges that these inconsistencies prompted a deeper investigation, eventually leading police to question Doria Ragland directly about the source of the funds. It is at this point, the article claims, that Doria made statements to police that dramatically shifted the focus of the case. The alleged confession described in the article is careful to stop short of a formal admission of guilt, but it is portrayed as a detailed explanation of how the money allegedly moved. Doria is said to have told investigators that certain funds were placed into the eldercare company at Meghan Markle's request, with the understanding that the company would serve as a temporary safe haven. The article claims these funds were allegedly connected to King Charles, though it remains unclear whether they originated from royal accounts, trusts, or other financial arrangements tied to the monarchy. The article emphasizes that no official charges have been announced and that all parties involved have not publicly responded to these claims. However, it suggests that investigators are treating the matter seriously due to the potential implications. Any suggestion that money linked to the British monarch was improperly taken or concealed would immediately elevate the case from a private financial dispute to an international issue with diplomatic and constitutional overtones. What makes these allegations particularly explosive is the role attributed to Doria Ragland. For years, she has maintained a relatively low public profile compared to other figures in Meghan Markle's life. Often described as calm, private, and protective of her daughter, Doria has largely avoided the controversies that have surrounded Meghan and Prince Harry. The article claims that this reputation is now being questioned, as investigators reportedly view the eldercare company as a critical piece of the puzzle. According to the report, the eldercare company was presented publicly as a compassionate service focused on supporting vulnerable seniors. The article alleges that behind this image, the company functioned with limited transparency, allowing large sums of money to pass through without attracting immediate attention. Investigators are said to be reviewing whether the company's structure made it easier to obscure the origin of funds, intentionally or otherwise. The article also claims that Meghan Markle's alleged involvement centers on her access to financial resources during her time within royal circles. It suggests that Meghan may have had knowledge of or access to funds connected to King Charles through allowances, trust arrangements, or private agreements that remain undisclosed to the public. The most serious allegation is that some of this money was allegedly diverted and then hidden through Doria's company to avoid detection. Supporters of Meghan Markle would strongly dispute these claims, pointing out that she has repeatedly stated her commitment to financial independence after stepping back from royal duties. They would also note that no verified documents or official statements have been released to confirm the article's allegations. Critics, however, argue that the lack of transparency around royal finances creates an environment where suspicions can flourish, especially when family members operate private businesses with limited public oversight. The article claims that King Charles has not been formally questioned, but that his financial advisors are reportedly aware of the investigation. Any suggestion that funds connected to the monarch were mishandled would be treated with extreme sensitivity, not only because of the personal implications but because of the potential impact on public trust in the monarchy itself. The report suggests that palace officials are closely monitoring the situation, even as they decline to comment publicly. Another key point raised in the article is the emotional and familial dimension of the alleged confession. If true, Doria's statements to police would place her in an extraordinarily difficult position, caught between legal obligations and loyalty to her daughter. The article portrays this as a turning point, suggesting that investigators may now possess insider explanations that could either unravel the case or expose it as based on misunderstandings and speculation. Legal experts quoted in the article caution that alleged confessions can be misinterpreted, especially in complex financial investigations. They stress that without full transcripts, corroborating documents, and formal charges, it is impossible to know whether Doria's statements amount to an admission of wrongdoing or simply an attempt to explain confusing financial arrangements. The article nonetheless frames the situation as rapidly evolving, with further developments expected. The public reaction described in the article has been swift and divided. Social media platforms are reportedly flooded with commentary, ranging from outright condemnation to strong defenses of Meghan and Doria. Some commentators argue that the story fits a long-running narrative of suspicion surrounding Meghan's relationship with the royal family, while others see it as yet another unproven attack fueled by sensational headlines and anonymous sources. What remains clear is that the allegations outlined in the article, if proven false, could cause serious reputational harm to everyone involved. Conversely, if any part of the claims is substantiated, the fallout could